It is interesting because I mean, for me personally, there is a bit of a correlation between uncertainty and fear. Um, I sometimes get a bit anxious asking the deep fundamental questions about life that I'm uncertain about. So it's interesting to see that.
There's a big connection between uncertainty and fear. Most of what we call belief is like ego. It's part of the problem. It's not part of the solution. And most of the belief we get into has to do with fear. Fear of uncertainty. It makes us fearful because we want to control. We want to know. Because if there are things out there happening that we don't know about, feel vulnerable, you see. That's a fear. Vulnerable and not knowing and not being able to control it if we do know it, that makes us fearful. And then we make up beliefs. Well, I don't know how this started, but it must have started elsewhere. So how did that happen? If I don't know, and we depend on it, just like bacteria depend on that magic source of food that comes down a tube. Well, then if you have enough anxiety about that, you start talking about gods and demons and things that now, okay, I got it. Yeah, it's the fire god and the tree god and the ocean god and all these things. That's what makes these things that I don't understand. Why do I suddenly get tidal waves? Well, the sea god's angry. All right, that explains it. You see, now I feel better. So a lot of our beliefs are created to make us feel better about our anxiety at not knowing. Uncertainty makes people anxious. And you'll find that a great deal of what bothers you in life will just go away when you finally get the meaning of this little phrase, live gracefully with uncertainty. Because a whole lot of our angst has to do with uncertainty. What happens when I die? Uncertainty. Oh no, so we make up all kinds of beliefs about it, and we have lots of angst about it, lots of fear. Let the uncertainty go.
It's so paradoxical how it all works. Like the impulse to want to control, a lot of times it ends up just backfiring.
Yeah.
And even more ironically is like if you've ever like a person who's not obsessed with control, a person who I guess lives gracefully with uncertainty, a lot of times life just kind of flows nice and easy and well for them.
Exactly. And why that is because the idea of wanting to control, what is that? Fear-based, right? All right, let's say that I'm right and this is a reality where what we are supposed to do here, our purpose is to let go of fear. Okay, it's to get rid of the fear and get rid of the belief. So here you are with control. That makes you working against the purpose of the whole reality, right? You're going backwards. You're trying to de-evolve. You're not being part of the solution. You're being part of the problem. And what happens? Well, what's your feedback for screwing up? What's your feedback for not doing what you're supposed to do in a reality? Pain, usually. Things don't work right. And you will find that the more you try to control your life, the less you will have control of your life. The more it gets away from you, the more frustrated you get. And when you just let that go and live gracefully with uncertainty, what happens? Life is sweet. Things just, if you need an apple just kind of, there's one right at the end of my toes. All I gotta do is bend over and pick it up. It's just that easy. So, it tells you that if your life is if you're unhappy and there's a lot of pain in your life and a lot of angst, then you have things that are fear-based. That's your ego and beliefs. If you get rid of those, life is good, life is sweet. So we're in a learning lab and we have feedback.